Hello everyone, Amod here from the Target Common YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to learn to simulate typing on a web element using Selenium WebDriver with Java. We can perform typing on a text box, text area, or a search and select dropdown. For example, if you see the sign in page of this test application, we have email address and password text boxes. Here I need to pass my email ID and password to log in. Manually, we use our keyboard to type the characters. To achieve the same thing using Selenium WebDriver, we have a method called sendKeys. So let's see a basic example first. I have already created a basic script where I am launching a Chrome browser and loading the application URL. So before performing typing or any action on a web element, first we need to identify that web element. So let me go and inspect this your email text box. For that, right click, inspect, and we can see we have a ID for this text box. So it is good to use the ID if it's present. So let's copy the ID value and go to your IntelliJ, write the basic code to find the web element. That will be Chrome driver dot find element by dot ID, and let's pass the ID value. And the return type of this find element will be web element, which is an interface. So to type on this email text box, I need to pass the whole content at once, like le dot we have a method sendKeys. This sendKeys method takes an argument of type char sequence. So what is char sequence? So let's go to this method implementation, and here you can see it is taking a type of char sequence, and if you click on this char sequence, it is an interface. And if I open the string class in Java, then you can see this string class implements char sequence interface. So this sendKeys is nothing but it is accepting the upcasting type. We have a lot of characters. That means whatever language you pick, all the letters or all the characters of those languages will have a code assigned to it, which is called Unicode value. If you read about this char sequence interface, it says that this interface is a readable sequence of char values. This interface provides uniform read-only access to many different kinds of char sequences. So if you go to this Unicode character table, you will find all the characters present in this world. If you know English, then we can see all these letters are here. I know Hindi, and if I click on these arrows, I will find the characters from my native language, Hindi. So here I can see these letters are from my native language, Hindi. So if I want to type these characters in the text boxes, for that I need to use Unicode character, or I can directly pass these values as well. If I want to pass my email address, for that I need to use double quotes and pass whatever I want to type, like amod@gmail.com. So let's run this program quickly and see whether it is able to type or not. So here you can see it has typed the value whatever I am passing through my code. I will copy this statement and paste below. So what should happen now? Let me run and show you. So you can see it has appended the mixed characters on string in the existing value. So sendKeys method is not going to clear any text of the text box before typing the new one. I have a HTML code here. Let me open this HTML code into a browser. So here I have two text boxes. First one is enabled, second one is disabled, and here we have a text area. So difference between text box and text area is that in the text box we can have only one row, but in the text area we can have multiple rows and columns. So if you see the first text box, let me inspect it, you will see I have one attribute maximum length, which is 50. The meaning of this attribute is that we can enter maximum 50 characters in this text box. But to show you the demo, I will go and change the maximum length from 50 to 5. Let me reload the page, and this time maximum length is 5. If I try to type a string more than 5, it will not be typed. I am trying to press keys, but it is not typing. So that is the use of maximum length attribute that is coming from HTML. So what will happen if Selenium tries to input a string which is more than maximum length specified? So let's try quickly. Let me quickly replace the URL, and my first text box has an ID example 1. So let me use this ID value to locate this element. So use Chrome driver dot find elements by dot ID, pass the value, and this time I am not going to store into web element, but I am going to call the sendKeys method directly. So dot sendKeys, and let me enter a string more than 5 characters. Let me quickly run this program and see whether Selenium is able to type more than 5 or not. So you can see here Selenium has typed only 5. Second text box is disabled. If you inspect the second text box and see the HTML code, we are using an attribute called disabled. I have already covered about enable or disable concept of web element in my previous video. So if I try to type anything on this disabled element, what will happen? Let's try and see the output. So instead of example 1, I'm going to use the example 2 as an ID. Let me quickly run the program. So you can see it has not typed, and if you see the console, we have an exception which says that element not interactable exception. Element not interactable. Obviously, because element is disabled. So Selenium cannot perform on the disabled web element. Third one, we have a text area. To perform typing into a text area, we don't have any extra logic. We need to use sendKeys method and pass the characters whatever you want. If you see the HTML code of this text area, we have 4 rows and 50 columns. That means we can have 4 rows which are always visible on the screen. You can have more than 4 rows, but you can see at a time we can see only 4 rows, and total it will be 50 characters in a row, which is column. So if you count these characters, it will be 50. So these attributes are used for that. So if I copy and paste this into my send keys, then it will be typed as it is. So let me use the ID for my text area, which is my text area, and go here and replace the ID, copy these values and paste here. And let me rerun the program. You will see that these strings are typed in the text area as it is, which you can see here. We have some keys which are not text, like enter, backspace, delete. If you want to perform copy and paste, then I need to use Control C, Control V. So Control or Enter or Delete are not text. So if you want to perform these keys actions, then also we can use the send keys method, but we have a little different way of passing the key which I want to use. For example, if you see the login page of this application, after typing the email address, if you press the tab, it will go to the next text box, which is password. So using Selenium, I want to type the email address. Then I want to press the tab key. Let me replace the URL. I will uncomment first 2 lines, and after this, I need to press the tab. So I need to use the same reference le.sendKeys, and here instead of any string value, I need to use keys dot we have called tab. Let me run this program and see whether tab is working or not. How can we check that? After typing the email address, the cursor will be in the password text box. So let me quickly run and show you. Here you can see cursor is on your password text box. That means tab has been pressed. Now you might be thinking send keys accept cat sequence. How we are able to pass the keys here? So if you go to keys, this is an enum and it is implementing the cat sequence. So now you can understand the reason why send keys method accepts cat sequence, not the string. That means if the send keys accepts the string, then you cannot pass these values. So it accepts the upper interface, which is cat sequence, and cat sequence has been implemented by both string and keys. And if you see carefully, all these characters are Unicode character. So here you will find all the commonly used keys like clear, return, enter, shift, control, even the F1, F2 keys as well. You might be thinking, okay, if you want to press one key, then it's fine. But if I want to press the combination of 2 keys like Control C or Control A, what to do for that? Or let me show you an example. After typing the email address, I'm going to press Control A, then I want to press delete to clear the typed value in the email field. So to achieve that, we need to combine both the keys here. For that, we have a method called code, and here I need to create my key which I want to press. First I need to press the control. For that, use the keys dot control. After that, I need to press the character A. So use comma and use capital or small a, anything is fine. So let's use capital A. After this, I need to press delete. For that, use keys dot delete. So this will perform control A and then it will press the delete. That means whatever I have typed, it will be selected and will be deleted. So let me put some weight so that we can see it clearly. Let me run this program. So you can see here the typed character were cleared. Even we can type emojis as well because all those emojis will also have a Unicode representation. Before that, let me show you some example for Unicode. So if I go to my this character table and select this letter, copy this escape sequence and use le.sendKeys and pass the copied escape sequence. So make sure that we are using only one, otherwise it will be considered as a normal character and it will be typed as it is. Now this is Unicode representation. You can see it is showing you something warning like this Unicode escape sequence can be replaced with something here. If you click on this option, you can see it is the same letter which I have copied from there. So if I use this statement, then it is also going to type the same thing in my text box. Let me show you that. You can see it has typed the Hindi letter. Let me do Ctrl G and run the program with this Unicode sequence. So you can see it has typed the actual character. If I use something emoji like this and if I run the program, it will work perfectly fine. That means we can use the emojis as well. But if I use this type of symbol, so if you want to get this emoji option, you need to press the window, then press the dot key. Automatically this window will open. So let's select this one and run the program. Let's see what happens. So you can see it has not typed, and if you see the console, it gives you an error like Chrome driver only supports character in the BMP. This BMP I have already shown you here, which is basic multilingual plain BMP. So Chrome driver does not support all the emojis, but if you use Firefox browser here, then it will accept all those emojis as well, which you can see here. So that's all in this video. If you have any doubt, please comment on this video. If you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe and share with others. Thank you everyone.